Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're working on a commercial Husqvarna. This is one of my own mowers. It's now in the fleet. It's part of my inventory. It's quite the unit. It's an awesome mower. It has steering wheels. You pivot. This mower turns on a dime. And you have the option here to lift this bale up and pop it in this hole. A pin drops down and locks these solid so they don't steer anymore. The deck is super thick, like crazy thick. It's at least twice as thick as a normal mower. Just going by feel here. It is solid. It's a very heavy mower. It's got the Husqvarna auto walk system. It's self-propelled. Good thing. Wouldn't want to push this all day. It's got a Honda GCV 160 on it. Decent motor, but it's not the engine that makes this mower special. It's the way it's built. It's extremely heavy duty. It's got ball bearings in the wheels. It's not just a plastic wheel spinning on a shoulder bolt. It's got ball bearings in all the wheels. The handle's got extra bracing. It's designed for using it all day, every day during the growing season. So it hasn't run in several years. I believe it's a 2007 model. I think it is. It's not always 100% accurate, but this usually gives you an idea of the year. It passes 2007 emissions requirements, so it's right around there. It could be a 07 or an 08, but we're gonna give her a once over. We're definitely gonna pull the carb off and soak it. Ultrasonic. Change oil, sharpen and balance the blade. I'm going to cut my grass with this thing. I want to see how it works. It's got a automatic, well, not an automatic choke. It has a choke. So you pull this lever over and it hooks, stays there until you reach the bail on the handle. So I'm just going to pull the rod over and you'll see it start to move. It's starting to automatically come off. Now it gets a little sticky and tight. There's moving a little slower than it should, but eventually it will stop about halfway. And anyways, we'll free that up and get it working. Standard square pleated air filter in there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a neat one. Of course, we're going to give it some pressure washing, and lipstick and high heels, and roll the dice and see what happens out front on the lawn. We'll pull this cover off. We'll check the belt out, make sure that's okay. Order parts if need be, and see how it goes. I'm interested in actually using this mower, just to try it. It's not something I need around here all the time. I've got a decent mower of my own, but just to try one of these and see how it works. So we'll get you in a stand, get set up. I'm going to pull this stuff off first. I'm going to take the carb off and we'll get that soaking, and once it's running, we'll let it run, warm it up, change oil. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm probably not going to bother with the valves. I say that now, but I might end up doing it anyways. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll get you figured out here. Hang on. Alright, let's jump in here. I have to admit, I did jump a little bit ahead earlier before I even picked up the camera for this. One of the wheels, the pivot that the wheel spins around, it was really tight. It had rust inside there, so I took the wheels off and I cleaned both of the spindle shafts and oiled them up, and now they work really nice. So anyway, just had to tell you, I don't usually go ahead and do anything off camera, but that was one thing I did. It's got a crazy heavy duty bagger system that goes on it too. So it will side discharge, or it mulches, or it bags. Get the breather hose broken loose here. I need one of those pliers. There's a little crankcase breather hose that attaches to the back of this housing here. There we go, it's off. Definitely needs a wash. That's the breather hose that I just disconnected. The carburetor just basically fell out the bottom. It does have a fuel shutoff valve. That's nice. It's got a hard vinyl fuel line or something on it. It's a hard fuel line anyways. Huh. Strange. Strange fuel valve. It's a 90-degree valve like you would find on a snowblower. But it actually has mounting holes that you can mount it to the to this engine bracket. Strange. We're going to find slight differences here and there. Huh, that's part of the choke system. You can see the lever is moving. Yeah, see, I haven't worked on one of these. It feels like it's got to be tied into the governor. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know for sure. There we go. That's how it works. Choke is normally on. And then once this gets down to a certain point, come on now, work. This will move over. Anyways, we'll get that working, figure it out. Just gonna get the carb wiggled out of there. Try and get that funky, hardened fuel line off. Clamp first. These little wire clamps are horrible. I don't feel like they actually clamp anything. They just make it a pain to get the fuel line off. Come on. Oh, you're going to get ripped off. There we go. Crack it loose. Come on, you can do it. There we are. That's off. I'm just going to take this off. Take that bracket off. It'll allow things to move. There's a washer and a spacer and a bunch of stuff in there. Good enough. There's only one hole in the throttle plate, so we don't have to record where it goes. Little tiny governor spring here. Get in there. There, spring's off. Always want to be careful with those. You don't want to adjust the tension on them. You just want them. You want to stretch them the least amount possible. There we go. Carb is off. Zip the bottom off of this. So far, everything's been 10mm. Get the bowl off. Not bad. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. That's still going in the ultrasonic, but it doesn't look too bad. Get our float pin out. Pull the float. Gently now, gently. Check the needle. It's a rubber tip needle, which means it'll have a metal seat. And it does, and it's clean. You know, this carb is clean inside. This carburetor is nice and clean. It's got rancid old gas in it. In the jets and stuff, but it is very clean. Let's see if I can get that main jet out of there. Possibly. Not with that screwdriver, I won't. Trying to hit the flats. That main jet. Can't even see if you can see it. Anyways, it's got flats on it. Just trust me. The cleaner that I use in my ultrasonic cleaner doesn't attack rubber or plastic or anything, so I'm just gonna drop this whole thing in here. Huh. Main jet's loose. Spun it out with my fingers. I barely got the screwdriver in it, it was turning. We'll drop that out, make sure all those little passages on the side of it are clear. Come on, come out of your home. Doesn't want to come out. Nope. Struggling with it. When you're trying to get them out, they won't come out. When you don't want them to come out, they fall out. Anyways, you get the idea. I'm gonna pull that out, blow the garbage and debris off of it so it keeps the ultrasonic cleaner a little cleaner. There's a screw here. I think that's probably just it's a passage for idle mixture. I'll take that out, clean it. Well, I'll throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner. We'll let that run, and we'll come back when it's clean and it's shiny. Okay, so the carb came out of the ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned everything, poked wires through all the holes in the emulsion tube, everything I needed to do. Did a quick test, upside down, right side up of the float. It's shutting fuel off and letting it through. I checked the oil. There is oil in it. It's dirty, but it's right full. So I threw the carburetor on, lubricated the little choke mechanism here. So we'll latch it on. Oh, it's changed the spark plug as well. Let's turn the fuel on. Did put a splash of fuel in there. 91 octane, non-ethanol. Just give it a sec to fill that bowl up. Make sure it's not pouring all over the deck. Doesn't seem to be. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, give her a pull. See what happens. Wow. Huffed out block pretty good there for a bit. Probably some junk sitting on top of the piston. Runs good. The automatic choke automatically, well, not an automatic choke, it's an automatic choke off. It released, did its job. The drive is fast. I squeezed that lever and it took off, so the steer's kind of neat. Really, really neat with those wheels on it like that. Doesn't take much to move this thing around. Turn it right around in its spot almost. Alright. I know the blade is dull. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to sharpen it. I'm going to balance it. And I'm going to cut my grass. Well, there she is. I put the bagger on it. I cut my front and back grass. And I change oil and give her just a quick bath. It still needs to go over with a pressure washer, get her all cleaned up properly. But yeah, this will be alright. Got a crazy huge bagger system for it. It's massive. Got a great big plastic pipe that attaches here and goes out to a whole mounting system, and then the bag is huge and it hangs, the back of the bag hangs up here. Well, the grass didn't, you know, wasn't hurting for a cutting, but I did the front and back grass and didn't even have to empty the bag, so yeah, it should be alright. Runs awesome. Anyways guys, thanks for joining me on this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you haven't yet, and it'll notify you when I upload new videos. Till the next time, take care.